Welcome to Women Talk here on Maisha Television Kenya. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, it's all about women. It's all about empowerment, and it is about breaking that glass ceiling and achieving whatever you want to achieve as a woman. My name is Ridah carrying Chebet, and much appreciation. Remember, this broadcast is live on our social media platforms: Facebook, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. And our studio number is also on. You can text, call or WhatsApp and be part of this discussion. And today, joining us for this discussion, we have the pleasure of having Her Excellency Pastor Janepher Mbatiany, who is the Deputy Governor of Bungoma County, as many of you know. But beyond that, she is a fighter of gender equality and a peace advocate. Welcome to the show, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you so much, Chebet.
Yes, it is a pleasure having you here. And so our guest today is the Deputy Governor of Bungoma County, and we're going to explore more on matters women in leadership and specifically in politics. Just a word to the viewers before we continue.
I'm glad to be live today in TV Maisha TV.
Yes.
And I'm excited to speak to the people of Bungoma, and especially to the women of Bungoma.
All right, so let's get into today's discussion. So, Madam Mheshimiwa, the society that we live in has its own definition of who a woman is, or how a woman is supposed to be. And I know that the society also has its own perception of you as a woman. I would like you to give us a brief definition of you, away from the title, away from the governor, away from the pastor, from your childhood, where you were born, the food you ate, the games you played, and that on. I know that will come on the titles later on.
Fine, thank you so much. You've said it right, that there are so many definitions. There are ways where people view us as women.
Yes.
But in brief, my name is Janepher Mbatiany. I come from Mount Elgon, the community called the Sabaot. When we are here in Bungoma, we refer ourselves as the minority group. Janepher Mbatiany is just like any other woman. I was born in a small village called Chebet. And I grew up like any other girl. You know, sometimes when people see you as a deputy governor, they think maybe you dropped from heaven. But I just grew up like any other girl. I went to a primary school called Chemoge, class 1 to 7. I did my CPA. I went to Kibuk Girls, Form 1, 2, 3, and 4. I went to Njenga Karume in Molo, Nakuru. I went and received my Form 4. I didn't do so well in my first term, so I went and I received, and I went to Njenga Karume in Nakuru, Molo. After that, I made it and I went to high school. I went to Cherangani High School, Form 5 and Form 6. Yeah, so as a small child, as I've told you, that I was raised like any other child in our area. Our common food is ugali and mursik.
Wow.
We love milk. That is our main staple food, and mboka kienyeji.
True.
Yes.
Yes, I also come from that community, the Kalenjin, and I know mursik is one of the staple food. You should test that too.
Yes.
And I can see, based on the definition, you've really traveled, like in primary you're in Mount Elgon, in secondary school you are in Molo, you've gone to Cherangani, so you don't, you've not just based in Mount Elgon.
Yes, alone. I was a bit fortunate to have had the opportunity to school outside Mount Elgon.
All right. Yes. So today we wanted to raise the woman's voice in the same society that has its own way of defining who a woman is or is supposed to be, especially in matters leadership. Growing up, did you have a vision or ambitions that one day at a time like this you will end up in the position that you are in right now?
Wow, really, when I grew up as a young girl, I would say no. But later on in life, after I grew up in my high school and maybe after finishing, I came back to my society and I looked around and saw how my people were living, how the young girls were being discriminated, some were dropping out of school. Then out of that, it's like I developed some burden entered into my heart, and I had some passion now came in, and due to that I started now developing a vision, and I said one day, one time, if I'm given an opportunity to be in a position of influence, I will be able now to address the issues that my community are going through, and especially the issue of the girl child, because I grew at a time when girls, you know, in our society we do FGM, female genital mutilation is our practice, and most of our girls, after being circumcised, they would just drop out of school, get married, and then later on, if you follow up into their lives, you realize their lives are really miserable. So because of that passion, I developed some passion, and I said, if I'm given one day, I have a vision of delivering my fellow girls so that they can also know the value of education. Yes.
Wow, that is really amazing. And in your back years or in your young years, did you hold any leadership positions maybe before you get to where you are?
Yes. All through, I've fortunate enough, I don't know if it is by design or what, in every place where I've been, I've been a leader. Right from primary, secondary, high school. When I was in Form 5 and 6, I was the school head girl.
Wow.
Yes. So when I went to college, I was a president, the college president. And after school now, when I came back to the community, because now I started being active in the society, so I entered into community development, community mobilization, doing things in the society. So I was identified even by the authorities, the national government people, the DCC and the rest. So I was put in several committees.
Yes.
And the one that I remember when the National AIDS Control Council was put in place, I was the chairperson, and I did it for quite some time. After that, I started groups, women groups, and in most of them I was the chairperson. I even formed an organization called Mwanga Women Organization, where its objective was to empower women economically and also to empower women with knowledge and many other things. And we did it, and even at the moment it's a circle that is ongoing. So that is what I did. Then also I became the chairperson of an organization called Peace and Right, FPFK, Free Pentecostal Fellowship in Kenya. They had a project in Bungoma County in Trans Nzoia that was called Peace and Rights. They were doing issues of peace and issues of human rights. So I became the chairperson for like 10 years. I also became the chairperson Maendeleo ya Wanawake in Mount Elgon for over 10 years, and many other leadership positions that I was fortunate to be put in.
Wow, quite an impressive leadership progress. You know, some will see you as a deputy governor. That is the time they're knowing you. But they're really not aware the progress that you've made over the years to where you are now.
They always say in leadership, you don't just wake up one morning and you become a governor. There is a process. And I've gone through that process. Being a deputy governor, it has not been an easy journey. I've walked a journey of challenges, a journey where sometimes you cry as a woman, but we persevered, and now here I am today.
All right, I hope that you've heard that you must persevere in order to get where you want to be.
Yeah.
You just don't wake up and tomorrow you are in a position that you're dreaming to be. So the first title, pastor, that you bear is a very huge responsibility, not just to the saints, but to family, and even right now that you hold a public office, to the Bungoma residents. What is so different in leadership as a church leader, as a deputy governor in public office, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter?
Thank you so much. That is a question that I'm always asked wherever I go. People feel, okay, how do you balance all these things? When I finished my school and I became a woman, I got a calling also to, I got saved when I was in school. I received Christ as my personal savior. Then now when I was out of school, I started being active in working and assisting my pastor. But later on, I got a calling. I felt, okay, I had a calling, and I started doing God's work. And then my pastor recognized the leadership that was in me, and therefore he advised me to go to college. So I went to a Bible school for 4 years. I got a bachelor's in Bible and theology. Then after that, I now came back and I assisted him. I became the assistant pastor. But later on now, he sent me to another church to go and become now the senior pastor in that church, where I am still the pastor up to the moment. But now when I, always leadership is leadership, be it in church or outside church. But you see, it is good when you are a Christian leader, someone who has a background with the issues with the Bible. You understand the biblical values. That will help you even to lead in a clear and in a just way, in a way that will really, please people, because all the time you will be guided by the Bible, by the biblical values. So that is what happened, and at the moment I'm enjoying the leadership, because when I became now the deputy governor, I had to delegate some of the issues of the workload that I had. I have pastors whom we are working together. So at the moment, what is happening now, I'm not so active, because I'm now empowering the other pastors to take over as I oversee. I'm like now an overseer, just giving guidance, in giving leadership and ensuring that everything goes on well. So now balancing, it's not easy and it's not hard. It all depends on an individual. And according to me, I think with the proper planning, you are able to balance all the things, because you have just to know where are you supposed to be at what specific time. Like for me now, I know from Monday to maybe weekend, Friday, I'm supposed to be in the office. Maybe over the weekend, I'm also supposed to be in church doing other issues. On Sunday, that is purely my day to worship. I don't do much. I go to church, I do my things in church. In fact, I spent most of my time on Sunday in church. And then as a wife, of course, after, when I come to the office, I'm the deputy governor. When I go back home, I am a wife, I am a mother, I'm a daughter. So it is a matter of just knowing what to do at what time, maintaining the respect at every level of your leadership. You will just do everything perfectly well. With God's guidance, all things are possible.
All right, I think the deputy governor has just sealed that. That is an issue that we've been talking about in most cases in this program, Women Talk. And I remember other guests have been saying, when you are at work, you hold that title in your office, but the moment you go home, you become a wife, you become a mother, or you become a daughter.
Yeah.
That is very nice, Madam Deputy Governor. I understand that the fire that you've come, you've experienced some big challenges or small challenges, including that work-home balance. What are some of the big or small challenges that we've experienced in your leadership journey?
I always say challenges are challenges. It doesn't matter whether they are big or small. You know, a challenge is something that affects your performance, maybe as a woman or a leader.
Yes.
So in my leadership position and basing on the community where I come from, the most undoing challenge is the cultural belief, of course, where people think that, you know, they keep on saying women, it's not yet the right time for us to be led by women.
Yeah.
They have that mindset where they believe women can never be leaders.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes when you come out and you want to become a leader, you can encounter even challenges from your own family, because the community will come, and even inside your own people, they can even inside your husband. Why are you leaving your wife to go to politics?
Yeah.
You will lose her there. You know, they give him examples of many other women who tried and they failed. So because of that, you might end up lacking that family support.
Yeah.
And you know, in leadership or in political space, getting support from the family is very, very important.
Yes.
Because that is the first place where when everything, when things go bad and you know, you can even lose friends and lose everyone, that is where you are supposed to go back to. So we really, it is a challenge when you don't get that support that it is deserved. Yeah.
And as we talk about the challenges, I would just like you to tell our tell a woman that is watching us, or ladies, young ladies there in Mount Elgon, who believe that because of the culture, and you find that a woman is not supposed to lead. That is the position of men, and then women, you're supposed to be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I know that is one of the biggest challenges, especially in our communities. You'll find that a woman has spaces in
the
home, kitchen, home, raise children. Then the role of a husband or the man is to provide and hold those leadership positions. What will you tell that girl?
I want to encourage all our girls that it is possible.
Yeah.
Some of us, we have fought the fight. And I want to thank myself that I have been so resilient to be where I am today. If I gave up, and the reason why I persisted and persevered is because I was looking at these young girls, the upcoming leaders, because some of us now we are aging, and as we age, we want also to leave the mantle to these young girls, the young women that are coming up. So I want to encourage them that it is possible. You just need to be determined. You just need to be focused, know what you want, and go for it.
All right.
Because I remember even me, I wanted to become the deputy governor in 2013. But it wasn't possible because of the cultural issues. Elders said, okay, it's not yet the right time for us to be led by a woman. But I didn't give up. I didn't. I insisted. I persevered. I remained there.
Yes.
Yes, until now. I am the deputy governor.
Yes, you waited for the right time.
Yes.
I hope the message is home. Don't give up. Keep pursuing your dreams, and one day it will be possible. Allow us to take a short commercial break. You're watching Women Talk here on Maisha Television Kenya. My name is Ridah Chebet, and today I'm privileged to host the Deputy Governor of Bungoma County, Pastor Janepher Mbatiany. So we are going for a short commercial break, but keep the conversation going. Our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE, and our studio number is 0746 99841. You can text, call, or WhatsApp that number, and we will definitely get back to you.
people who scored more than 350 marks from poor families in Lamu County.
They said it is a time to put political differences aside.
The CS further lauded the efforts of police officers in the last 100 days.
The leaders affirmed their party has a close relationship with the president.
A strong woman knows she has strength enough for the journey. But a woman of strength knows it is in the journey where she will become strong. Join Irene Mumbo-Bushebe and Ridah on Prime Women Talk every Wednesday from 8 p.m. exclusive to MTV. This is the place where it all happens. The stories that continue to change our country.
And at present we have got one student who is now at a BBC World Service working.
These are the faces we see.
Business studies.
Is Madam Susan Masaba.
Walter
Usolo, Shem Milembo.
The voices we hear.
Glad you're tuned in. You're still tuned in to Maisha TV now every day here on Maisha Prime News. We air feature from different schools across the country
that have revolutionized societies through education. This is who we are. One channel, one bulletin. Masomo News Live. Join us every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. for Masomo News Live, exclusive to Maisha TV. Hii ni stesheni iliyochaguliwa kuwa bora zaidi na kupewa ushindi wa kuza na kitengo cha mawasiliano cha serikali.
And the winner is Maisha TV.
Maisha TV.
Stesheni inayokuwa kwa kasi. Stesheni inayokujali mtazamaji.
You can trust the award-winning TV station.
Stesheni inayojali mwananchi wa Kenya.
Biashara imeanza kudidimia sana, unapata customer wanalia.
Stesheni inayotoa mafunzo, maelezo na taarifa kwa kina zaidi.
Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Millicent Luamba, Maisha Prime News.
For Maisha Prime. For Maisha Prime.
For Maisha Prime Education Segment. For Maisha Prime News.
Hii ni runinga ya Maisha.
Welcome back. Glad you're still here. Thank you so much for choosing to stay here. You're watching Maisha Women Talk, and this is definitely the award-winning TV station, Maisha Television Kenya. My name is Ridah Chebet Kering, and of course today we have an amazing guest, a woman leader, as we talk about women in leadership and specifically in politics. We have the Deputy Governor of Bungoma County, Her Excellency Pastor Janepher Mbatiany, and we are talking about the matters of women and leadership and women airing out their voices. And before we take our commercial break, we are talking about challenges. Madam Governor, maybe you could just tell us, as you are a woman in leadership, what are some of the how can we mitigate some of the challenges that our girls or women are facing, especially in climbing leadership ladders?
Maybe to just mention one or two more challenges.
Yes.
You see, as women, another big challenge that we encounter is we don't have the financial muscle.
Yeah.
And especially for you to enter into political space, you need finances.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that keeps women away from even trying to contest, because you just realize you have nothing and you can't even try. Another challenge is I've talked about the cultural beliefs, I've talked about the mindset, and also the issue we have very potential women out there. They are vocal, they have the gift, but they don't have the academic qualifications that would maybe put them in certain positions. When I was the chair Maendeleo ya Wanawake, most of our women, we had taken them to various trainings, and they attained what is called a certificate of participation.
Yes.
And now I was just encouraging women now to transform just from being getting a certificate of participation to now getting academic qualification, because that is what is required in Kenya at the moment.
Yes.
So as women, we don't want to be left out. When people are trying, we also want to try, and we try knowing that we have all that it takes.
Yes.
These challenges can be mitigated. One, we need what I call, we need continuous. You know, they always say, if you talk to someone repeatedly, telling him or her the same thing, it will stick, it will click, you know. So we need continuous sensitization trainings, whereby we sensitize the women, not only the women, but also the society. Because it is about the mindset. We need to educate our people so that their mindset can be changed, so that they can be able to understand and to accept that even women, things have changed, seasons have changed, and that women can also become good leaders.
Yes.
So we need what is called continuous sensitization. We also need women to start investing.
Yeah.
We can't just stay crying every day that, you know, we don't have finances.
Yeah.
We also need to find out or get ways on how we can be able to work hard, invest, so that when the time comes, we also have something that we can put forward. Because you cannot just stand without finances.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Another mitigation measure is maybe through mentorship programs. We have women who have excelled, who have really succeeded in political leadership. So we need to bring them on board to come and speak to our young upcoming political women leaders.
Yes.
We also need some exposure, even to take our women leaders outside, even outside our county, outside the country, so that they can be able to see how other women out there, how they are doing their things, how they have entered into the political space, and they are doing wonderful. They are doing a good job.
Yes.
So I think those are some of the issues, the measures that if if it can be put in place, it can be able to help us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can help women to climb into those and overcome those challenges that they experience. Now, since Kenya attained independence, do you think that we've made significant progress in women empowerment? And what are some of those steps that we've achieved so far?
I would say yes. Though we are not yet there, but we have made some progress. I remember there was a time when we didn't even have any woman governor or any woman in those higher positions.
Yeah.
But after the 2010 constitution, things have started changing. Okay, in the constitution we have what is called the affirmative action, which where the women's seat position was created. We thank God for that. The two-third gender rule is also in the constitution. We are still fighting to achieve it, but I'm sure with the time it will be achieved.
Yes.
Right now in Kenya, we have quite a number of women. Like if you look at our judiciary, you can imagine the Chief Justice, the Deputy, the Registrar, they are all women.
Yes.
And they are doing wonderfully well. At the moment, we have women governors.
Yeah.
And not forgetting even the deputy women governors. We are 8 of us.
Oh,
so it is a progress that at least we have made. When we come to our county, we still have a problem. We don't have any elected woman member of parliament. We only have 6 elected members of county assembly. The others are nominated. So what we are saying, there is some progress, but we have not yet reached where we want to be. We are still fighting to ensure that we attain our goal.
Wow, quite a progress there, and I think that it is open there. We have the position of women reps who are the representatives of women in every counties, and I think that is a progress. But as you said, Bungoma County, there's still a challenge. There is no elected woman, especially in the member of parliament seat. Now let's boil this down to Bungoma County. What are some of the challenges that women face in Bungoma County, and now in your position as a woman in leadership, as a deputy governor, what are some of the measures that you've taken to ensure that at least these women are empowered?
As I said, you know, these challenges, when we talk about challenges affecting women leaders, it's like the challenges are almost the same.
Yes.
But now, when we come to our county here, Bungoma, the issue of culture is key. It is key. And that is the reason why we have never had any elected woman member of parliament. We are still fighting. It is because we are living in a patriarchal society where people still believe women can never be leaders. So that is the main challenge that we are facing as Bungoma. Another common challenge that affects all, not only us here, is the issue of discrimination. Women are still being discriminated because you can find out sometimes maybe you are in a function, all are men, and then sometimes if you don't shout to be given an opportunity also to speak, then they, you know, they just assume when men have spoken, then everyone, yes, everyone has spoken. So we still have that challenge. And then the common challenge of cyberbullying. I don't know if it is common in Bungoma or other places, but I think it is also worse here, where women, we are really mistreated, we are molested. our young men and girls, they speak ill of women leaders, and they can talk of things that you would not even wish to hear.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I think that is a challenge that we have had. In my position as the Deputy Governor, Bungoma, first when I came in, it is I came with an agenda of ensuring that we empower more women. We want more women to enter into political space. And for us to achieve that, I said we need to come together. We need to be united as women. Those that are already in leadership and those that are not yet in leadership, we need to pull together. Because if we speak as a voice, one voice, women voice, it will be heard by people, even other organizations, they will hear our voice. So I would wish to bring all the women of Bungoma together so that we can talk to ourselves. What is it that maybe we have not done well, and how can we do it better? And now you hear about women organizations are coming up.
Yes.
We have the Mlembe Women Organization. One is being launched around, I think it is this month. We are launching the Mlembe Women. This is bringing on board all the women professionals, all the Bungoma women. And we just want to talk to ourselves that women, it is possible. We can also be able to enter into those political spaces. And if God has given you an opportunity to be in that position,
yes,
we want you to hold the hand of another woman so that after maybe we get out of office, we don't want to leave the offices vacant. We want when we exit, we have people who are coming again to replace us, just like that, you know, from generation to generation. So that is what I am doing. And also we want to begin empowerment programs. For a woman, for you to be powerful, you know, they always say if you have money in your pocket, that in itself is power. So for us to have that power of money, we need to work hard. We need to find ways on how we can go about doing other small projects that can help empower us, that can help put money in our pockets.
Yes.
And even now in my office, I have a small project that I want to roll out to the women of Bungoma. The project is very simple. When other people are saying, DG, how comes you are talking about this small project? But it is a project that can really put money. You know, our agenda and our ultimate goal is to ensure we have money in our pockets. And I am rolling out a program on the Fuka Kuku initiative, where we want to go down to the grassroots women, encourage them to Fuka Kuku, because already in Bungoma we have a chicken slaughterhouse that is just lying there in Chwele. It has a capacity of slaughtering 3,000 chicken per day. So you see, the investor whom we've given to run that project is finding it hard even to get the chicken. So he's going as far as Jinja, Tororo, Trans Nzoia, Kisumu to get chicken.
Yes.
So we are saying here there is already a ready market. Why can't we do a project whereby we do poultry keeping, and then we sell it to our factory in Chwele, and women get money in their pockets. When they get money, they can be able to invest, they can be able to do other things, and also to save for other things in future. So that is what I'm doing as a woman, to continue the empowerment program, sensitization, education, and if possible, to do what we call to take them even outside, take them to other counties to go and learn, just get some exposure, because exposure is very important.
Yes,
very, very important.
All right, that idea that you've just mentioned, I think it's a very good idea. When you empower a woman, and when a woman has something small where she can be able to buy sugar, kiberiti, chumvi, anaweza kanulia mtoto uniform, she gains a voice.
Exactly.
She can have a voice in the family.
Exactly.
So that is a fantastic idea. Some people really don't know the importance of having a woman in leadership. What are some of the importance of having women in leadership positions?
First, you hear people talk about Rwanda, that Rwanda is really doing well economically and in other areas. The reason is they have more women in leadership position. That tells us that when you have a woman in power, most women, first they are faithful. You know, you give them money, tell them to do something, they will do exactly that. You know, they will deliver. Women, they can take care of the resources. They can be accountable. Women would always want to ensure there is justice. You know, as a woman, like for example, when we are employing people, as a woman, you know, I don't want to know even who is who. But as long as these are children of Bungoma, you know, there is some feeling in you that you just feel, I want to assist so and so. Not because I know them, but because I am a woman leader, I have that feeling of a mother, and I would wish just to help people even without knowing their background, without knowing where they come from, who is who, as long as they are children of this county. So the advantages of getting women leadership, and I would wish to encourage the Bungoma community to try women in these leadership positions, because for a long time it's not that we are disrespecting the men leadership. We value them. Okay, they have brought us up to where we are, but the only thing we are saying is also try women. Give us also some space so that we can be able to exercise the gift, the talents that we have, the potential. We always believe women have a potential in them that they would wish to unleash, but sometimes they don't know how, they don't know where. So it can only be made possible when you are given that position of leadership. And when we talk about being put in a position of leadership, it is a position where you also have resources which can help you do some work. Like we are talking about the affirmative, like the nominated MCAs. You know, when you are nominated, you don't have any kit. You have no resources. You have only been given a job by name, but you have no power. You have no authority to go and, you know, even assist 10, 20 women in the society. They will be looking at you maybe to assist them, yet you also don't know. You don't have the resources to do one too. So we are praying that if women are put in those leadership positions, they are given resources, they can be able to do well. And the society, at the end of the day, they will smile.
Yes, and they usually say also that women have eye for details, small details that cannot be observed by men. So
an extra eye.
We
call it the sixth sense.
Yes. All right. As we talk about empowering women, especially in Bungoma County, are there any ongoing projects or empowerment groups that is going on in Bungoma County? And if yes, how can women out there access them?
Okay. We have organizations, we have programs. As a county government, you know, we have 10 departments. And the issues of women, they are being mainstreamed, like in all those departments. But we have the mother department, that is the ministry, the Department of Gender, Culture, Youth and Sports. This is the mother department. So in that mother department, we have programs where we sensitize the women. That is the main program. You know, they always say, if you succeed in changing the mindset of a person, then you would have succeeded to win the life of that person. So we have sensitization programs where we want our women really to get knowledge, to be capacity build, and also we have funds that we are rolling out. We have what we call the Women Development Fund. This is a fund that targets women, and it will help the women to engage in small businesses, because as I said, we want to put money in the pockets of women. We can only do this if as a county government we find ways on how to empower them. So we'll give them this fund. It is a revolving fund where you take the money, you do business, you return, the money goes to another person or another group, it goes and the fund will continue growing. That fund will help the women of Bungoma. If also you look at the Department of Trade, we have what is called Trade Fund. Trade Fund is also a fund that targets the women in business, small business, small and medium enterprise businesses. You know, we want to encourage women to do business. Those that can do them in a small way, medium, and even those that can do big businesses, like even register their own companies, do construction, and many other big programs. So we have programs as the county government of Bungoma, and we have also organizations. We have local and international organizations who are also working in our county, and my office also coordinates all. I have a department that coordinates issues to do with partnership, resource mobilization, and investment. So we have organizations that come and also help us in doing community work. So this office just coordinates all the partners as they come, and I refer them now to relevant ministries where they can be able to go, and their main agenda is to target the grassroots community persons. We want to reach out to that local person so that we can empower them with the knowledge, we can give them whatever we can. And also, you know, as a county government, we give out farm inputs. That is in the Ministry of Agriculture. We give out farm inputs, and we are assisting our women and our community at large with many other programs. I'm optimistic that at the end of this financial year, we would be able to report on most of the achievements that we would have achieved by then. So we have organizations like Maendeleo Wanawake, we have UN Women, they are passionate on women issues. We have organizations like World Vision, Action Aid, and many other organizations that are working in our county just to ensure that they help improve the livelihood of our people. And I remember, I forgot to capture this. When you talk about women in leadership, mostly what comes to people's mind or women's mind is that to be a leader, you're just supposed to be a politician. What is some of the areas that women can explore in terms of leadership, apart from politics? As I said, leadership, I said, is a process. And through my journey, I have walked through a journey in my leadership. In that journey, I started in your own level, you are a leader. And for us even to do well in the political space, we would wish to begin at home. Like when you are a mother. In that space, you are a leader. What is it that you are doing? What are the things that maybe you are changing in that space? As a father, you are a leader in that household. You are supposed to be the head of that family. So what directions, what guidelines are you giving to your family? Then as we continue growing up, like now we enter into community work, you work with the women groups. When you are given an opportunity to be the chairperson, the secretary, the treasurer, or any other leadership position, that means at that level, you have been given a responsibility. And you don't wait to become a politician, for you to change some of the things that are happening in the society. You just begin from where you are. Like me, I just started when I was young. Just I identified the need in the society. And the need that I identified at that time was the girl child. They were not getting access to education. The issue of FGM, it was something that was really derailing the lives of our young girls. So at that point, I started advocating for the rights of the girl child, the right to education, you know, the right for her to make decision whether she wants to undergo the right or not. So I began at that small level. Then as you do things at that lower level, there are people who will even recognize and they will identify you. And as you are being identified, you will be elevated to another new position, just like that, slowly, until now it will come the right time where if you feel you have that political calling, that is when now you can also give it a try. And because now you understand the leadership process, when you enter into that political space, it won't be very difficult for you. You'll just fit in very well. And as we fit in there, we want to serve people with that servanthood, you know, leadership. Yeah, like me now, a Christian, I always, my leader, my example is Jesus. He was a servant. You know, he was humble, down to earth. He would sit with the people of all gathers. You know, he would interact with the society. So that is the kind of leadership that we would wish to carry along even to this political space, so that we can change the perspective, how people view politicians. You know, sometimes they view us as people who are very high, you know, people who cannot even be reached. You know, we cannot be able to reach our leaders, yet we are supposed to serve the people. So leadership is a process, and in any level where you are, I want you to know that you are a leader. Just exercise your leadership skills at that level. Start changing things at that leadership level. Don't wait and then now you start pointing fingers at the politician. You know, even a politician, he cannot or she cannot be able to do everything at the same time. We are these small leaders that we are supposed to contribute and then help our leader to do even better. It is our contribution, our support that will make them do better and even succeed.
Right, you've heard that. You can start with the level where you are. Start with your community. Empower those whom you are able. If you have resources, you can empower them. And leadership is a process. Just don't wake up today and tomorrow you are the president. It's a process. It takes time. Thank you so much, Madam Governor. And as we wind up this discussion, I would just like you to dispense some advice to young girls out there who are aspiring to be leaders like you. I know you are a mentor to many. And even women out there who think that it is not possible. My community does not allow a woman to hold that position.
Thank you so much. As a woman leader in this county of Bungoma, I would wish to thank all the women that are in leadership, because I know we are quite a number. I want to thank them and to encourage them that let us pursue our dreams, and also we should not forget to lift the hands of those that are still coming up. We need to encourage them, we need to advise them, and we need to lead by example, so that those who are coming after us, they can see what we did, and they can be able even now to excel easily, because they will be having a landing space. You know, it is not like us whom we just started from scratch. At least for them, they have somewhere where they can learn from. So we want to be a good example to our young upcoming women leaders, and to our young girls who are coming into leadership. I want to encourage you. I said that you really need to be persistent, you need to be focused, because most women, people say when we come into leadership, we change. You come here as a good person, as a wife, Then when you come in, you find yourself mixed up, you lose direction, and that is the reason why sometimes women, we are not respected. So remain focused, learn from your seniors. You should have a teachable spirit where you become humble so that you can be taught. Some people come into leadership space, you are trying to mentor them, and they want now to jump. Wakukanyake kichwa waende mbele, and yet you are trying to mentor them, you are trying to hold their hands. But I want to say it is possible. It is our time. We always say the future is women, and that future is now. So we just need to rise up, unleash the potential that is in us, and then just start doing things. As I've said, start doing it now at that level where you are. As you prepare yourself to enter into the political space, whatever you are doing now will determine your tomorrow.
Wow, an amazing advice there. I hope that it will be of help to you out there watching, for women who think that it is not possible. Pastor Janepher Mbatiany has just said it is possible. Start where you are. Leadership is a progress, and with time you will get there. Thank you so much, Madam Governor, Deputy Governor.
Thank you.
And we hope that as we go on, as you unleash new projects for women out there, you will invite us to ensure that women know that there are some projects being initiated by the Deputy Governor.
Good.
Yes, so thank you so much. You're watching Women Talk. You have a last word or a word to...
It's okay, yeah, just to say, let us work together to make Bungoma great. Yes.
All right, we've come to the end of today's discussion, Women Talk, where real women engage. My name is Ridah Chebet, and remember to leave your comment on our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Maisha Television Kenya, Instagram and Twitter at Maisha TV KE. Our studio number is 0746999841. You can text, call or WhatsApp at that number. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your viewing.